Journal entries show how life marches onwards. We all settled into a new way of life without Dad. Cam's tendency to wave at people when he were out and about turned into the habit of saying hiya to passers-by and expecting a reply. One day, up Mam's, Evie and I made a cup of tea together and she thoroughly enjoyed it. Mam found that funny. Kerry and Jenny bought 12 Megan Street and moved in after making improvements. Jamie and Claire bought 888 Llangavelloch Road and completely gutted the house. There was a double-page spread feature on their experience of buying at auction in the Evening Post on the 19th of June 2013. My job was to pop up, demolish stuff, then go over the Eagle for a few pints. There were health scares. We had an awful scare with Emma in 2014. She was admitted to the neuroscience high care ward at the University Hospital of Wales, Cardiff, with a neurological issue. The specialist said there were two possible outcomes to follow an angiogram: brain surgery or nothing sinister. I stayed at the hospital on the Sunday night and she had the angiogram on the Monday. Em came back groggy and unsettled, and the specialist neurology nurse, another Emma, came over with two other nurses. Curtains drawn, results time. She began by saying, "It's very good news." Em immediately asked if she could go home. It was like a cold explosion going off in my chest and stomach, cold up my back, down my arms, washing through my head to my face. 20th of April 2014. We all had a lovely day for Mam's 80th birthday, a day ahead of her actual birthday, Easter Sunday. Suze, me, Em, Jamie and Paul took Mam to see Jamie and Claire's house at 12:30 before meeting everyone at the Eagle at 1 o'clock. At first we couldn't get her into the garden because it was piled up with the earth Jamie has cleared to prepare his driveway. Then we couldn't see how we were going to get her up the 2-foot step up to the front door. A scaffolding plank was the answer. She inched her way up with all of us around her and she was in. She loved it. Paul said how proud he was of Jamie and Claire, and Em took some funny pictures of Nana walking the plank. She wasn't able to climb the stairs in the house, but was over the moon to see their new home at last. Claire was on a hen weekend in Blackpool, but me, Suzanne, Jamie, Kerry, Jen, Cam, Carol, Mike, Nick, Chris and Evie all had a lovely afternoon. Food was top-notch and plenty of it. I had a few pints, but no beer for my boys after a party at Kerry's last night. Then back to Mam's. Her 7 Dwarves ornament from me, Paul and Carol went down a storm, but this wasn't as popular as her 80th birthday presents for us. She cashed in a bond and gave us the money. 7th of September. Evie's birthday party in Morriston Memorial Hall was great, snow and all. Mam was taken up by Kerry and Jen, and Cam loved it too. 11th of September. Took Em to Bristol for her 18th birthday. We stayed at the Radisson Blu with a few hours, an annual event, spending hundreds of pounds in Primark. Lovely few days. When we went to collect our car from the hotel, the car park attendant didn't have too many English words, but car, broken, smoke and grey were in his vocabulary. It was fine though. I think he forced it into third gear, as first is a bit tight. The numpty. 14th of September. We had a great 3rd birthday party for Cam today at Pontardawe Leisure Centre, but Mam was very breathless up there, so we had to take her home early. After we settled her down, she said that later she had to ring the paramedics. She said Dr. Sartori came and gave her a tablet and an injection to settle her properly. Monday, the 22nd of September 2014. Mam died today. After yesterday, and I was concerned because she'd been ill, I rang at 8:15 a.m. to see how she was. No answer. I put a dinner together for her and went up to her house, getting there just at about 9 a.m. The blinds were closed and I had an ominous feeling straight away. I let myself in and called, "Mam." No answer. By the time I went out the kitchen, I was very concerned. Lots of things went through my mind, whether to ring Suzanne, Paul or Carol. I knew I simply had to go and see. She wasn't breathing. Text Suzanne, "Suze, come please." I rang 999. Then text Carol and Paul, "Come to Mam's, I've rung an ambulance." The paramedic, Gwenallt, arrived in 4 minutes, and Suzanne soon after. Paul arrived and went up to see her. Then Carol. I put my arm around her and led her inside. She had to go and see her. The morning passed. One by one the kids arrived, all stunned by the worst news on a normal Monday morning as they were going about their business. As the week went by, I rang Dr. Sartori. When I thanked him for looking after Mam and calling to see her recently, he paused and asked if I could hold the line. He went off to check the last time he called to the house, and that was on the 15th of September 2012, 2 years ago. Just as Dad knew he was very ill the day he sat me on the ottoman and told me all about their business, bank accounts, funeral plan, etc., I'm sure that she knew what was coming too. It was her time, and she was tired of coping without the man she had loved all her life. Friday, 10th of October 2014, Mam's funeral at Morriston Crematorium. Vicar Charles Dirk did his job and I read a eulogy for her. We had a wake up the plough in Llangavelach and then went back to 9 Week Road for the last family get-together we will ever have there. I'm sorting her estate out and I'm really keen to move closer to the kids. Our family has lost its hub and now we need a new one. Suze and I had a look at 1111 Llangavelach Road, but the time might not be right to move yet. We will see.